Assalamu alaikum. On Friday, the 12th of July, three brothers, Muhammad, Nasir and Makbool, three local guys from the Dewsbury and Batley area, took on this amazing challenge, ride to Umrah, England to Mecca for Gaza, raising much needed funds for World Care Foundation's Palestine appeal. They were going to go through 13 countries. They covered nearly 4,000 kilometres. Alhamdulillah, they completed the task and are back safe and sound. And they've raised more than £21,000 for this very important cause. Alhamdulillah, recently they came into the office to tell us about their experience, tell us about the inspiration for the challenge, why they did the challenges that they faced while doing the actual event itself, the kit, how that fared, any difficulties that they encountered along the way, hospitality, food, etc. They wanted to share with us their experiences. So alhamdulillah, they came in. Following is a series of 3 videos telling us about their story, how it went, how the challenge went, and everything that they encountered along the way. The link of worldcarefoundation.org/ride to Umrah is still live. You still can donate, and it will be somewhere on screen as well. Please continue to donate and support this very, very important cause. Jazakumullah. I think we should start with the actual beginning. What was the inspiration then, guys, for doing the trip?
Nasir, do you want to answer that one?
I can do, yeah. Inspiration. I mean, we've got a love for motorbikes. We've got a passion for riding motorbikes, and then put that together with the love for the Kaaba, Umrah, and simple as that. Put them two together, and this is our inspiration.
And in terms of the cause as well, I mean, you're doing it for a very important cause. We can see it there behind you. It says England to Mecca for Gaza. So just some on that, if any thoughts, guys?
Yeah, I don't know what to say really. It was just a bit of a mission. It was definitely a mission, and it was for a good cause. So that kind of spurred us on. But yeah, the 13 countries, we did say 4,500 miles. It turned into about 7,000 miles. But yeah, it was a challenge. But as you say, it was for a good cause, and it was enjoyable.
We definitely needed a cause behind it. I mean, obviously, we wake up every day, we see stuff on the news of what's going on in Gaza, and again, coupled with, like I said, this ride that we intended to do, we needed this to motivate us, to keep us going, to keep our spirits high, and trying to do something. You know, what can we do? And if we can, like I said, couple it together with the ride that we've got, and trying to make some good from it.
Yeah, sounds brilliant. I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head there with if you can do something you enjoy, but then do something worthwhile as well. And we've all seen the images coming out of Gaza, and I know that everybody appreciates exactly what you've done, because it was a massive challenge. Speaking of challenges, I think that probably leads us nicely to the next one. What were like the biggest challenges, whether it was in the preparation, whether it was the duration, or towards the end, or even after coming back? You find sometimes you get the blues, don't you? You come back and you think, oh, you had a great time for about a month. So what was the biggest challenge, I think, in a summary?
Yeah, biggest challenge I think was, I would say, probably the heat. Sheer, you can't forget about the heat. The sheer exhaustion of doing such a trip, planning it, and there's hardship in the planning. Nasir would know about the planning side of it, but actually physically taking part and doing the thing, it was something else. The miles, the heat, and we always thought when we get into Islamic countries there'd be food everywhere and you can eat. It just wasn't the case. To try find somewhere to get a meal, it wasn't the easiest thing. I'm sure you agree with that, but yeah, it was.
Yeah, the heat. I mean, like I said, guaranteed it was a thing. But what helped was it was a gradual process, wasn't it?
That helped.
Do you remember when we were just entering into Italy and it was like 31 degrees? Yeah. And we were like, oh, it's too hot, it's too hot, it's too hot.
Yeah.
And then little did we know we're going to end up in like what we did know, but 47, 48.
48. Yeah. That did help, kind of building up to the stupid temperatures. Yeah, helped a lot, but still.
That's brilliant. So that covers challenges. What about kit-wise? I mean, was it? Did your kit hold up? So kit-wise, you obviously prepared and you did your diligence, but kit-wise and the equipment that you had to take, Did that hold up okay? Did you end up using everything you took, or did you take a tent and not bother using it?
Yeah, we did. We all took tents and all the camping gear, and that will that get used once?
Well, no, we would have used it more, but it's the temperature, number one, and secondly, I mean, I had an issue with this hand, so that would have just delayed packing, repacking. But the overall kit, if you include, like I say, the bags and the tent and all the others, the riding gear and stuff, I think for all three of us, wasn't it?
Yeah, everything that we packed, I'd say 99% of the stuff we packed did get used, and if it didn't get used every day, it did get used and it did come in handy. But the biggest thing, you can't. I keep mentioning the heat. You can't. There's nothing for a motorbike for the heat, because you still need to have the protective gear. So there was no way of avoiding that. So when it was all good. The kit was good. It was and it all got used, I suppose.
Hospitality is a big thing, and I noticed from some of your videos as well that people, A, they know where you're going, and B, they know the cause for which you're raising funds as well. So how was that? How were you received? So you've got large parts of Europe you're going through, but then you're going into Turkey, and then you're almost going into the Islamic world. So what was that? I noticed Makbool's very quiet. I'm going to ask Makbool this one. Okay, in terms of hospitality, where would you say is best? And
Alhamdulillah. I think all through Europe and Islamic country, alhamdulillah, they're all good. Everybody was amazing, especially in Kurdistan. Alhamdulillah, the people were amazing. They let us stay like in their house. They send their family somewhere else to let us stay in that house. Wow. Alhamdulillah, that was amazing. And somebody that you don't even know.
Yeah.
The Kurdish people did stand out.
Yeah. They feed us. They let us stay there, and that was amazing. People don't have anything, but they go hard.
Any more to add on the hospitality thing, and whether you'd recommend it, which countries were more hospitable, if you like? I'm sure everybody's very receptive, but which countries were the best, and where you did what your arrangements were for food? My thing is always food. So when you tell me that you're having trouble finding food in Muslim countries, I'm worried now. So when I'm planning my trip, I'm thinking, right, which countries do I avoid? Which countries do I go to?
Yeah, I think when it comes to people being hospitable, it kind of it's more in the poorer countries. It's like the less people have, the more they want to give.
Yeah.
Like when you get down to the Kurdistan part of Turkey, right down the south, you literally just pull up on the bike and you'd be outside of a shop or whatever, and they'd come out bringing bottles of water and bars of chocolate, not even knowing that you're Muslim or not, because you're wearing the gear, you're in a helmet, nobody would know. Yeah. But it's down the poorer countries, they're just on another level for being kind and stuff like that. But the food side of thing, every time we turned up to somewhere, it'd be late because it'd been long hours. It'd be dark, and you can't see. So you're looking at food, and compared to this country, nothing. For me, it's cleanliness. So I'm looking at places thinking, I don't really fancy that. I like the look of the food, but the rest of it is not too appetising. But
no, I think the food was all right. I mean, obviously he's got his little works over here and there, but generally, I think we didn't have any issues in Kurdistan, did we?
No.
Food was good. Turkey was spot on. So that covers the Islamic countries, and then Bulgaria. What did we do there?
Not him in Kurdistan after the pizza.
Oh, it's the pizza that got him. I think that's probably why he's.
I think the less we know about the stomach trouble. Then.
I think so. Yeah.
Don't go for pizza and herbal.
Yeah. Yeah.
I learned that lesson. You don't need to do that.
Or carry plenty of diarrhea, like.
Something.
Right.
No, I think food was spot on, from my opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
We'll probably move slightly away from food now. So kit-wise, there's probably going to be a whole lot of guys that are interested from a motorcyclist or a motorbike perspective. So they probably didn't know the charity, they probably didn't know you, but they thought, I quite fancy a long trek like this. So what would you say to them in terms of prep and in terms of kit? And don't get too geeky, so don't start telling me about, you've got to get this pannier and that pannier. But generally, what would you recommend in terms of pre, during and post? So in terms of preparation for it, in terms of your bikes, what preparation you had to do, and then how that preparation worked out during. Did it work? Did the plan work? Did it not? What maintenance you needed on the way? Because I think on some of the videos I saw that doing all those miles, you're going to need some maintenance or some tyre changes, I think we saw.
Yeah, yeah. I think if I start with the kit, basically the clothing that we were wearing, and it's, I think, quite straightforward. If you know the kind of climate that you're going to be going through, so ours was heat, an extreme heat, and then obviously you're going to get rainfall. So for that, you need well ventilated gear. And then obviously if you were going in the winter time, then you need some thermal, but wind protection, waterproof gear. Waterproof is a must, doesn't matter what temperature you're going through, because it's very uncomfortable, you know, if you're just getting drenched top to bottom. But well ventilated gear is what you're going to need. And again, I think one of the tricks that we kind of employed was, in the extreme heat, we were completely drenching our inner liner and then putting a mesh jacket over it, so it prevented that from drying up from the baking sun. Gave us what, about an hour's worth of maybe
Before it dried up.
an hour's worth of maybe decent cool breeze, I'd say.
Yeah.
And the minute it dried up, it's just like switch on and you're back into the oven again.
Had to be done, that water drenching, didn't it? Because it was unbearable. You couldn't stand it if not. It had to be done, but it was very good.
Yeah.
As soon as the hot air was hitting the water, whether the water was warm or cold, it felt cool.
Felt nice.
So yeah.
I think the only one time that I understood how the radiator in a vehicle works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It worked well that time.
And then obviously you've got the heat. So you've got the heat from the actual weather, and then the bikes themselves. I mean, I'm looking at it from a cyclist point of view. My bike is a push bike, that doesn't generate any heat. So, but then you've got this engine, this motor underneath you, so that generates its own heat, I'm presuming, as well. So you've got the heat from the bike.
Yeah. We did take the catalytic converter. So we straight pipe, because that thing was literally between your thighs, not between your thighs, between your calves, and the heat of that catalytic converter was ridiculous. So we took that and put straight pipe through. I'm assuming that helped a lot, because
I guess,
even in the British weather, that thing got crazy hot. So yeah, there was that. It was that helped a little bit.
Brilliant.
When it comes to maintenance, literally the only thing we've done, we changed oil, put new air filters in, done everything on this side, and it was only you had one front tyre and I put a set of tyres on my bike, and that was it. Alhamdulillah, they came back in one piece, all good, mechanically perfect.
Yeah, I think nowadays the machines, the bikes, should I say, they've got these long service intervals. And what we did differently in terms of servicing is, I think we picked the oil which would be more suitable for the hotter climates. I don't want to go all
too technical.
Technical, because I probably won't understand it myself. But yeah, I think that's the only thing we did, isn't it? And the air filters, again, I'd be going technical. People probably just tune out if I start going on geek.
Yeah, but it's good. In other words, you did the prep and it worked. And during, other than tyres, which is, it's just
even
wear and
tire,
tear.
like
Wear and tear, innit?
I did it here before we leave, and alhamdulillah I've go back with my tire, same tire.
tyres.
Same tire there and back,
Yeah.
And I did the service back here, again when I came back.
Assalamu alaikum. Jazakallah Muhammad, Nasir and Makbool for that. Inshallah you enjoyed watching that video. This is one of a series of 3 videos where they share with us their experience on their ride to Umrah. Join us on the next video, inshallah, where they share more experience as well. Assalamu alaikum. Remember, please continue to donate on the link below.